So what we want to do here, we want to complete the square. We want to turn this into a perfect square so that we could make it, so that we could solve it. Okay, this is the first step. The first step is to kick that number out at the end, because remember, that's the number that's messing it up. All right, we want to kick that number out at the end and then leave a space here. Okay, leave a space so that we can complete the square inside the parentheses. Okay, and then we'll be able to solve it. So, questions so far, like on the first part? The 2 messed us up, so we're just going to kick it out, put it out there by itself, block it off with these parentheses, okay, and then we'll deal with it later. All right, so now what we have to do is we have to figure out what goes in here. We have to make this a perfect square. Okay, do you guys remember how to do that? We did something with the 6. How do we use this 6 to figure out what goes here? Anybody remember? It's a special step we did. Yep, somebody other than Amani. It's her birthday. Don't make her answer all the questions. Who remembers? Okay, perfect square. What do we do with the 6? There's some step we do something to it, and then we square it. Good, Lena. Do you guys remember that? Dividing the middle number by 2, cutting that middle number in half. Okay, we cut the middle number in half, so that would be 3. And then 3 squared is 9. Okay, so if we put a 9 right there, now this is a perfect square. We made it perfect. Does that kind of make sense? That's why it's called completing the square. We're like going from an imperfect square to a perfect square. Okay, but now what we did is we changed the problem. We added 9 to it, so now it's different. Okay, so to make up for that, to undo adding 9, all we have to do is go out here outside of the parentheses and subtract 9. Okay, because adding 9 and then subtracting 9 is like you're not changing anything. It's like you're adding 0. All right, and so now what we want to do is we want to rewrite this as a perfect square. Okay, tell me if this hopefully this should ring a bell. We did this last chapter. Okay, so all that stuff in the parentheses is going to simplify into x plus 3 squared. All right, and then outside, if you think about it, 2 minus 9 would be negative 7. And so outside, now we deal with the 2. Okay, we have that 2 out there, but we have to subtract 9 from it. That makes negative 7. So now we have this thing in vertex form where we could do the steps that we've already learned to solve that. Add the 7 over, take the square root of both sides,